Hello, I'm John Joe. Welcome to Line War. Today we have a 4v4. We can sort of see where Bravo team's starting up if I just turn off Fog of War. And if I turn it back on just to show you where they're starting, you can see it a bit clearer that way. And we got the energy, we've got eco coming out from this team. Over here we're starting off with air units. We've already got an engagement, so let's flip the side. We've got one player there, another player there, so that's 2v2 in that section. We've got another one being backed up there, which means there's two players on this side. And this guy's going to have to deal with two on his own. Let's turn off Fog of War for now. And we've got all commands on so we can see a bit better what's going on here. Yellow went for a good engagement here against purple. They've tried rushing in. They can probably see what they're building now. The tanks have just been put on the field. Now I think yellow pretty much has no chance of taking them out there. Now he's going for a defense. They spread it out through the forest as well, coming around there. But I just think the tanks are going to roll around that. That what they're going to push through. I could be wrong. He's going to go straight for those artillery units there. It's not actually a bad idea because they've just lost some health building that defense and they've only just managed to finish it. They've got 3 tanks right on them straight away. So that was a fast action there. I think that's Harry. Unless I can't find pink or colours pink. No, that is Nickname, I think. I apologise, I am somewhat colourblind. So Nickname has rushed in, taken out the artillery, left the defense to it, and then pushed in to tackle the structures over here. We are being backed up by a helicopter there, which should be able to take on these. Not all of them, but it should be able to help, and it will clear them out eventually. But we do have more tanks being pushed in, supported by a helicopter as well. We do have naval units there, and I think they're just capturing territory, to be fair. And those tanks are now retreating, being pushed away by 2 teams, and now Nickname can be supported by Prochelist. 2 very good players up in the north there. Down here it looks like they may have spotted each other and just retreated a little for now. With, is that Bravo team? Yeah, Bravo team controlling the choke point here. With most of the engagements happening here, loads of infantry. Now this infantry is missing an advantage. They should be pushing up through this forest here, as that is where they got most of their their bonuses from. So just simply being in the forest will give them the advantage. It does leave them exposed to the left hand side, but not going through the forest leaves them exposed on the right. So helicopters are pushing in now, clearing out any artillery units that are threatening the tanks. Infantry pushing in through the forest now. The tanks are forced to retreat there, but they are building up in numbers as well. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything else going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in the ocean. Aircraft have been called in to take on the energy while there. The helicopters are going to be forced to land. That was a pretty good move there by, I think, Harry. Unless I have mixed up their colours, they look exactly the same to me. We've got some eco coming in now, so they feel like they've got the advantage. Maybe they're pushing in, or they feel like they just need the extra eco to push back. It looks like Alpha team down here is pushing in a bit heavily, mostly because of the amount of units they have. This is literally cheap and in high quantity versus advanced tech. We have a large vehicle group coming in here, supported by helicopters with tanks pushing in into this section here, and it looks like he's just trying to stay in range of the tanks whilst pulling back if they need to. He's just trying to keep the range so that he's taking the least amount of damage there. He's kiting the enemy. What's going on over here? We've got blue. This player down here has now built a load of bombers and he's taken on the areas over here. He's damaged heavily this town and the docks. And we have that energy well and power plant all heavily damaged. But both players are pushing in through here with single line commands. You'd probably want to spread them out at least a little bit. And that's a good place to attack. That helicopter is blocking the units there a little bit. So it does give you a little bit of an advantage, giving you some space where you're not being attacked from. More helicopters moving in to support this fight on the ground. Prochelist is grouping up his units, trying to keep them all in one place so that they have strength in numbers there. And still, Nickname, I think, is up here trying to keep those tanks doing as much damage as they can, getting the best value out of it they can. Helicopters have been moved in over here. We've got Sam coming out, and those helicopters are not going to last long anymore. They do manage to escape. Damaged, but escape. We've got the two forces kind of joining up over here, and we've got some tanks just blocking the pathway there. Over in this section, the defences has been broken in this group here. We've got Navy units just down here trying to take on the helicopters there. They're going to take the sub pen away. And we've got air units moving in as well. We've got a good few helicopters there that are just being wasted because there's no energy. Unfortunately, that's HZ up here. HRES. He was in a bad position from the start. Unfortunately, he's just been left mostly to defend himself. But he is keeping two players occupied. So even if he does end up going down, he might actually be helping his allies so much that they're just being allowed to focus 3 versus 2. Almost. I mean, blue is mostly focused on helping Res by attacking via air. And that's keeping him alive as long as possible. And that's just a little island there. So he has literally just got one vehicle or one ship that's come out there. He might as well just destroy this. Because that's also costing you money, and that's a good place to build a navy yard, because it's going to be able to come across and potentially take out both of these energy wows. Blue's now supporting a bit higher up on the front lines. I think those, yeah, they've got airfields there, so they've pretty much got access to the entire area, but there is lots of anti-air moving in. They take out one, another's heavily damaged, and they might need to wait a while so they can heal a bit. But we have aircraft carriers moving it in from over this side. Now they're supporting their allies, as they kind of need to. They can't just focus down the other enemy over in this corner. So they are coming in to try and do as much damage as they can. They've got the strikers coming in to take out the energy wow. There is another one, so he's not going to be run out instantly, but that is going to hinder his plans to support the allies. And he's also going to be attacking that, so they may lose production of air units there. Units moving in to threaten this town. But there isn't much units to be able to support that. They've got a lot of anti-air now, which is good because the amount of helicopters being used. But the helicopters are just focusing in on other places now. They're taking out the units that are hiding up here, and any units that are coming in to try and attack. And the SAM are forced to protect the base over here, which they can't really leave from. As soon as they do, they'll just get wiped out anyway. But there's a good enough force here that's taking them out slowly. But we have enough units on the ground there maybe to do some damage, but there's just too many anti-air around for them to risk it at the minute, but they may be forced to soon. It looks like they're on the move, but I think they're coming down here. We have invasions coming in against blue down here, yeah. I don't think they are going to help much, but they are distracting blue enough. And blue is struggling with energy right now. HRES is still just trying to figure out what to do in this situation. He doesn't know where to go. He's just trying to protect himself as of now. Yellow and blue are working together, trying to potentially push through, and that is Leotech and Torrento. And we do have a good group of units just here that could be trying to take these out soon. At least one of the energy wows. What happened to those aircraft carriers? Oh, they're over here now. I'm surprised they're not doing much. They could certainly be brought in up into this engagement soon. I mean, they might be out of energy and I haven't seen it, so I don't want to leave the engagements right now. Helicopters are trying to take out the SAM in this location here. He's building more boats, which isn't too bad, because if you've got the anti-air there, they're going to help take out these helicopters. While you can still produce SAM over here. We've got the bombers moving in now. There isn't that many SAM over here, but they are moving back into place. It shouldn't take them too long to get there. Sure. So we've got a lot of units moving in this section. Well, not a lot. Some units coming in, but they are doing a lot of damage. There's a town that's about to go down. We've got tanks coming in to stop them, but they didn't get there in time. The energy wallet is saved, though, but we do have some more ships coming in to potentially take that out soon. Prochelist is getting a good curve on his army here, which is having the units funnel through it, and they are getting taken out. And it does look like that blue is struggling on energy. You can see the black smoke coming out, which means his bombers are not being able to send out in the masses that they'd like to. And they'll take more damage for 5 seconds after they do this black smoke thing. Up here it looks like we've had another engagement, and HZ is actually able to defend himself. And isn't doing too bad with that, actually. Green's struggling with energy as well, probably because of the Navy units that he's got, and I guess he doesn't have... Oh, he's just built his energy well back, and he's got a power plant on the way, so those tanks should be moving soon. Oh, no. They're not moving at all now, they've been blown up. Summer has quit. So now it is a 3v4. Bravo team missing a player, who up in the north I consider to be winning. And it surprises me because they were winning. I guess he must have either had to have gone. He just couldn't stay for this length of time, maybe. I'm not sure. That or he had a power cut. I don't know. We seem to have some engagements in the north. We've got tanks moving in, and behind them a load of artillery being supported by the helicopters. They're trying to take out the SAM very quickly, and they now will be pretty much free to destroy the base. This is a bit of a massive push here. We've got some more SAM moving in to protect the armies. The helicopters are trying to tear them to shreds, and they did pretty much take out this side of the army. Unfortunately, the SAM were just slightly out of range for those helicopters, and the helicopters took advantage of that. This small gap up here, some units are just being sent through, and it is holding back Nickname over here, which I think that's Nickname, just remember. There's a territory down it. Oh no, it's not. I thought that wasn't claimed yet. We've got helicopters coming down to this defense line here, taking on those units, and we do have a push through here. HC is actually probably going to be able to take this island, judging by the defense they've got there. But we do have the Navy moving back into place, and they should be able to take this location here, but I'm not sure they're going to get there in time to be able to actually do that. And we have a rocket silo in the little forest over here, hidden, and protected quite well by that. That's a good position for that. This small area is slowly getting taken away, but being protected heavily by air units, and the SAM units are building up in quite large numbers. Only the helicopters can really take out the SAM effectively. But it does look like Bravo team is slowly pushing through, and they're making progress there. I think they're relying on this nuke to be able to push back with, and unfortunately I just don't think they've got the time to do that. Cruiser is sneaking in into the north. They're taking out the airfield. It does go down. The helicopters could not stop that from happening early enough, and they'll be able to support this section here. What is going on in this section with HC? It looks like Purple has been able to prevent Red from actually pushing in too much here. They're taking defense in the mountains. They've left a gap here, but the enemy took the bait, and they've actually gone against the defense in the mountains at first. They have retreated now, though. The bombers are doing what damage they can to the buildings. Even if they don't destroy those buildings, it does cost money to repair it, so it is going to hinder the economy. The rocket is being built. We've got the base of it now, and it still will take quite a while for it to actually be built. And I'm not sure on what Light Blue's energy is. He's got enough energy, more than enough to take it out, or to fire it. Lanianka. I do wonder, Lanianka, if you're watching this, let me know if your name is based on the Lanianka supercluster. So, the blue down here has been attacked, and they've got an invasion force. They've actually taken some territory. I say invasion force, I mean one unit hiding in the mountains that hasn't been discovered by this one. But they do actually have this territory. All the structures in this area now have actually been destroyed. That was the starting location for Leotech. Leotech, sorry. And they're pushing through quite nicely. They're just defending this choke point now. Mostly infantry coming through. They will be able to defeat this force here, but they will easily be able to divert some units there to deal with it as that happens. And we have a lot of sand trying to protect down here. The helicopters move away, but there is far too many artillery units in this area. Is that one on the floor, or is it just stuck in the air? No, it was on the floor. Okay. The rocket has been discovered, and it is being pinned down by 3 tanks there, and I don't think they can defend that. It goes down. And there we go. Over in this section, HC hasn't managed to push in yet, but I do think he has the advantage. He could push again and probably get in there. I mean, there's a lot of eco in this location here. Liukek just quit, and Lanianka also just resigned. HC Res is the last man standing over in this corner, which surprises me greatly, to be honest. So, unfortunately for Alpha Team, he has gone. Oh, Proshidis just left. I think Proshidis was trying to balance the game out, maybe. So now it's just a 2v1, but I think they're just trying to restart the match so they don't lose too many players for the lobby. Unfortunately, Alpha Team, I would say, has lost that match. We're hearing the beep noise of people disconnecting. There we go. Let me know what you thought of that battle. Feel free to share your opinions on what people should have done better. And thank you for watching. There are 2 videos on screen right now. Feel free to click on one, and I will see you there.